guys, here we're testing out the audio. I think it's actually really loud. I don't think my helmet does a good job of filtering out much noise, but we're gonna try to make it work. I do have about 11 miles before I've left of gas, so I'm not sure what I want to do here. If I want to risk it and get back, yeah, I think I'm going to get back home, get gas somewhere along the way. Okay, hopefully after these two we can freaking go. Come on. That's a smooth turn. All right, guys, so I'm pretty new to riding. Pretty sure everybody knows this already. I try to put out some funny content, but I do want to talk about the reason why, you know, I vlog. Obviously I'm very new at it. My editing is not good, but the truth of the matter is that I'm at a point in my life, I'm in my mid to late 30s, and where I am in life, man, I've accomplished so much, and I'm so happy in life that I can actually tell myself, you know what, you want to do something, go ahead and do it, brother. You know, thankfully, you know, I'm in a decent or fairly good financial situation right now, where my wife and I are both financially stable. We hold good jobs, and to be honest, what I do in my off time is pretty much what I show on the channel, but at the same time I watch a lot of YouTube, and by watching YouTube for so many years, I know that there are you know, communities and, you know, content creators essentially have a crowd, a following that, you know, after some time they actually, you know, become, you know, kind of in a way their extended family. So you know, I find myself to have a pretty good sense of humor. I think I'm a pretty funny guy, and I'm really easy to get along with in person, although I'm extremely quiet or to myself when I'm alone. But aside from that, the truth of the matter is I feel like I'm pretty easygoing, and I kind of just want to share my funny moments and put them out there and see where it gets us, you know. And it was a very similar situation when it comes to riding motorcycles. I can say that I've been a passenger twice, but both of those times I actually burned my leg on a muffler, and I was also probably about 5 to 6 years old, so not very memorable. Careful here with this intersection. And the truth is, I've always pretty much not been afraid of it, but I have had too much respect for it, for the simple fact that as a younger driver, when I used to drive cars, I used to be a fan of speed. With that said, I made a conscious decision to not even entertain the idea of being on two wheels, as it's not something that it was natural to me. I didn't grow up on bikes. I didn't grow up on dirt bikes, or my parents never had motorcycles and things like that. So I pretty much didn't even want to entertain the idea, because I didn't want to get hurt, man. You know, I used to have a lot of road rage before, and I used to, like I said, used to like speed. So I essentially just wanted to stay on the safe side and not do it. But now that I'm older, I want to say I'm a little wiser. I want to say that I make better decisions for myself, right? In most situations, I can think without acting, or before acting, I should say. And I decided to, again, just like vlogging and posting videos on YouTube, I decided to just send it, dude. You know, like, fuck it. What is there to lose? And I was thinking about it for a while, did not pull the trigger. My brother-in-law actually sent me a message one day, and he said, hey, you know, do you want to get your motorcycle license? And I'm like, fuck yeah. So time went by, he didn't really do anything about it, at least to my knowledge. He never really mentioned it again to me, but I'm a fucking doer. So I said, you know what, I'm going to sign up for the plan. I know he's busy, and not for the plan, I'm going to sign up for the class. I do know my brother-in-law has a very busy schedule, so I did it. I signed up. I made the appointment at the RMV to take my permit. I studied and studied and studied for weeks until the day came. I went into the RMV, passed I think I only got one question wrong, and I passed the permit test. The following week and after that, I ended up taking the MSF course in here in Massachusetts. And man, I'm normally very wary of paying for classes, especially the MSF course. You know, here, I don't know about other states, but here it's about almost $500. So when I saw that price, I'm like, shit. So I ended up just paying for the MSF course, and again, because I had so much respect for it, I ended up just taking the course, doing things the right way, and it was the best decision ever. That class was phenomenal. The instructors were phenomenal, and it honestly gave me a whole bunch of knowledge that I hope to continue to implement in my riding throughout the years. And I also, you know, gotta give some credit to a bunch of YouTubers, because I did first start learning about shifting and what to do and friction zone and all of that stuff in YouTube videos, thanks to a few of the people who have posted on there. So by the time I went to the MSF course, I ended up actually feeling pretty comfortable. And not that I was a pro or anything, I definitely stalled. I mean, I still stall. I actually stalled on my way here today, so it was actually an uphill one, which has been my first real uphill stop and go. So I 100%, you know, botched that one, which is all good. Thankfully, my wife was in the car behind me, so there wasn't much pressure. And yeah, we got that done. Then automatically, you know, I got my endorsement for the license, the Class M license. And from there, I just been practicing little by little, getting out there. I try to get out there almost every evening. All right, here we brake. Going through the steps here. Got a bit of a weird bop over here on this road, so let's do that and then we take off easily, baby. Let's do this shit. Catch a little speed over here. Just fucking do it. Whoa, shit, I don't even have gas, so I shouldn't be fucking around too much. Yeah, with that said, man, I just get out there and have some practice every time I can. I gotta be honest, I do a lot of backyard circles simply for the fact that I don't want, you know, I like to practice slow speed maneuvers and shit like that. So, you know, if I drop the bike, I hopefully will drop it in my grass in my backyard. So that's kind of my trick there. But obviously, nothing is for certain. So yeah, aside from that, this is actually the first time I take this bike on the road after I changed the wheels on it. So obviously you guys may have seen the videos I posted. If not, check them out. They're funny as hell. And yes, I took the wheels off because when I purchased the bike, this is actually a 2017. It only has about 4,000 miles and some change. The guy I bought it was a beginner rider as well, but he was actually the second owner. So there was owner before that, which was, I believe, a lady, and they were actually friends of the family with that gentleman that I bought it from. I believe he was a college student, super nice guy. Well, I honestly did not meet with him. I ended up meeting with his father because he was in campus. But everything went well. They lived in a really nice area, a really nice house, and his dad had a couple brand new like road glides on in the garage. And to be honest, dude, when I saw those bikes, I had no idea what they were named. I didn't know shit, but the fact that they were Harley Davidsons, because he told me that. So when I saw those things, they were massive, and I'm like, holy shit, one day, man, you know. But aside from that, I got the bike, I towed it back, not towed it back, but I put it on in my enclosed trailer, brought it back home, and I started practicing with it in the backyard. But with that said, you know, the tires were dated, I believe, man, I think they were dated like a year before the motorcycle was, you know, assembled in 2017. So the wheels were older than the bike. Pretty much the internet just kept telling me, you know what, change them. Like, you know, you shouldn't have rubber that old on motorcycles, you know what I mean? We're dealing with just 2 wheels, not 4, and all that good stuff. So I was like, you know what, let me spend the extra few $100s and you know, value my safety there. Oh, bunch of riders, biker wave, let's go, fellas. I don't think I got a single wave. I'd love to review the footage on that. And I actually have been wondering that there are some guys, especially the dudes who, number one, ride Harleys, and number two, riding groups like that, they literally just stare at you, and you can see their helmet kind of tilting in your direction. Some people just are like that. You know, my biggest fear about riding when I actually got my license was the shifting, dude. I did pick up the understanding very easily, but obviously doing it on a bike that's like loud and like moving and, you know, a real life situation, it's kind of scary, right? So I'd still mess some up every so often. I like to see and like feel progress. So me knowing that I'm getting better and better and better every time I do it, and actually go out there, maybe I could just catch a little speed, and by speed I mean, like, you know, 45 miles an hour. I haven't taken this bike more than 55 miles an hour, and I haven't even taken it to the highway yet, so I'm actually hoping to do that soon. Oh, look at this nice little road glide here. Oh, that's in red. That's nice, red and black. I love that combination. Oof. Oof, did not see that. Ugh. Ah, that was a good example of target fixation. I was so worried in the pothole ahead of that I didn't see the one closer. So that's kind of a good example and learning lesson for myself and for obviously you guys that may be watching. Also, if there was one thing that I could have changed, is gloves where I can actually do things on the phone screen. Obviously I would never text them bride or anything like that, but a lot of times I suit up, you know, I put my equipment, I put on my helmet, and then I go and put on my my gloves, and I sit on the bike and I got to put the GPS to go somewhere, and I can't because I got to take my gloves back off because of the fact that you know, I got no gloves with no type of I guess I don't even know what the name of that material is, so that the phone could recognize it. But aside from that, these are, I think they're pretty decent gloves. I wish I would have gone a size smaller, but it seems like protection wise they're pretty decent. One thing I do like though is these boots, dude. They look kind of like fucking, I don't know, I wouldn't say army boots, but whatever, like work, like casual boots. But they're actually very comfortable. They are hard on the outside, you know, they got the I think it's called the ankle box, and you know, reinforced toes and all of that. I like to look a certain way, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Ooh, little friction zone, and we keep it going, baby. Let's go. No feet down. Dude, if my bike dies now, it's some bullshit, because the gas station is right over there. But I think we made it. Let's go. I mean, if it dies now, that'll be even funnier, right? Because we're just fucking here. Let's just sneak behind this truck over here.